So we see that across all of those top airlines each year, where it's very much part of their culture, all the way through to their frontline staff.
Jeremy, as passengers, we all hate delays, the flight delays. So how costly exactly are flight delays for both customers and companies?
Look, they're incredibly costly for airlines. The airline industry in 2024 will probably turn over around $1 trillion, and they attribute 8% of that to delays and to disruption. So that's around $80 billion per year that the airlines are trying to save. And so that's why they'll employ large teams of people to look at every aspect of their scheduling, every aspect of making sure that they have the most optimal equipment and that they're given the best passenger experience. Every minute of delay and knock-on is manifest and compounds itself over the course of the day and over the week. From a consumer perspective, from a passenger perspective, you're absolutely right. Nobody wants to be late. And in the past, people would make decisions based on the convenience of the airport and the cost of the ticket. Now people are basing those decisions, as well as those two, but also on, am I going to get there on time? Am I going to make my meeting? Am I going to make my connection? Or is it going to eat into my leisure time?
So every minute of delay means a lot of money burning. And Boeing this year has had a bad year, I have to say. So what's your take on the company's struggles?
You're right. They've had a very challenging 2024 for a multitude of different reasons and in lots of different areas. I think now they have a new CEO. They've sorted out their machinist strike, which was bleeding their balance sheet, and they're resetting the business, going back to basics and putting that safety culture in. I think it's the right thing to do, and the industry does need strong competition with its aircraft manufacturers. It's not good for the industry to have one dominant and the others not so dominant. And so we do need Boeing, and the industry do need it to get back to its former glory as soon as possible.
Jeremy, where does the global aviation industry find itself in terms of progress on green transition?
No, it is making progress. It's slow, and everyone has signed up to be carbon neutral by carbon net zero by 2050. It's an incredibly slow process to decarbonise aviation. The way it's going to happen is through sustainable aviation fuel and more modern equipment. We've already said about the challenges within Boeing. There's backlogs of aircraft. Every airline wants to have more modern aircraft, which are circa 20% more fuel efficient. The challenge is sustainable aviation fuel. In 2024, it was probably 0.3% of all aviation fuel. In 2025, it's forecast to be around 0.7%. Every drop of sustainable aviation fuel that's ever been produced has been consumed and used. So the challenge is not for the airlines. The challenge is governments and infrastructure and support to produce more sustainable aviation fuel. And that's where the emphasis needs to be now.
Well, thank you very much. That is Jeremy Bowen, CEO of Cirium.